G'day, guys. Let's reset this. Get the music reset. It was playing in mute, so it kind of popped in the middle of the thing. Welcome on in, everybody. Sorry I'm late. We had a surprise Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 stream on Twitch, and I didn't want to miss it. And we're going to do a little bit of coverage on some new news first thing on the stream, because we are KCD stands in this house. So, general, this is pretty exciting. New persuasion stuff. So this is like a counter persuasion. Or it's almost like maybe it's not counter, maybe it's a negative and positive. So you can solve a lot of situations by convincing the other side. In dialogues, you'll have a choice of 3 options below that will define how you react. Or a choice of some of the options below to define how you will react. But beware, persuasion requires the other party to believe you. So you have speech. Comes in handy when you want to handle a situation calmly, moderately, and with a kind word. When you're a skilled speaker and behave like a decent person, people will usually oblige. The dark side of that is coercion. Using coercion, you will say anything to get your way, even with the help of lies and manipulation. When you got a silver tongue and you don't care much about your reputation, coercion can get you what you need. So this one is like the honorable version of speech and persuasion, and this one is dishonorable one. Charisma. Charismatic people are striking at first glance with their appearance, social status, and influence. So you need to be wealthy, you need to be dressing good, you need to have nice hair. Dressed like a wealthy noble and your reputation precedes you, you're sure to make a good impression. Domination. Most commoners would rather not get involved in a conflict with the nobility. So if you look like a wealthy and dangerous noble, they'd rather not cause trouble and get out of your way. Interesting. Might. Mighty knights lead a good life. Everyone knows they help the poor, protect the weak, and punish wrongdoers. You wear a shiny suit of armor and you care about your reputation, folks will oblige. Dread shows that your weapon on your hip isn't just for decoration, and those dried bloodstains didn't come from a deer. When you're feared, battle-scarred warrior, few dare to stand in your way. So, what does this kind of mean? It seems like this sort of is dependent on your reputation. So, coercion or speech becomes available depending on what your reputation is in the town that you're in. So if you have a negative reputation, you're going to be using coercion instead of speech. You'll use domination instead of charisma and dread instead of might. And then it's based off of, well, how good is your speech skill? How well are you dressed? If you're dressed like a wealthy noble, but you have a bad reputation, you'll be domination. If you have a good reputation, it'll be charisma. And then if you're decked out in armor and you're wearing lots of kit, you have a good reputation, you will have the might perk. If you have a bad reputation and you got some battle scars, maybe your armor is damaged. There's armor damage in the first game. I imagine it's in the second game. It's got blood stains. You're intimidating. So then they will look at you and go, oh, this guy is not a person to be messed with. He's dangerous. Another excellent piece of news that came from the stream is De Novo is not in KCD 2. Everything else is pretty much what we already knew. The game looks absolutely gorgeous. This was a live gameplay demonstration, and it looked great. It was from the Gamescom build, so it is 3 months old. But I don't think they have VODs. let's see if we can pop up the VOD really quickly. Yep. So there is a VOD here. And you could find this video on your free time. I will be posting it in my Discord. If you guys want to see it. Awesome. I'm really excited for that game. And I'm glad I could just drop a little bit of news before we get deep into the dev stream. Hey, Morph. We were just covering the KCD2 news. They did a surprise stream this morning, which is why I was late. And now we are going to do some optimization. So it says on the title of my screen, Rebuilding Level 1. Well, this isn't level 1, is it? It is level something. This is a temporary level. So what I did here is I took this house and I rebuilt this thing from scratch and made sure that the light bakes perfectly fine with no light map warnings. LODs work okay and everything else feels good. The reason I did that is so that we can replace it with what we have in level 2 or level 1 here. And we're going to use what's called instancing to fix that. So instead of, I was going to instance each individual piece. So each wall unit, each roof unit, all of that fun stuff. But it looked like it was going to be too big of a pain in the ass. So instead what I'm going to do is I am going to just set an actor, a mesh instance actor here, and we're going to instance each building. So this building here, you can see it here. This is the one we recreated. It's got one wall on the back, a doorway, double door system at the front, and then it's got a shack roof system. A couple windows here. I added a little bit of extra flavor. It's a little different than what this is, but it's more or less the same. So then I can theoretically delete this building, put in the new one, and then put it in wherever there's other ones like it. So this one here is very similar. But I think this one is closed off. But what we can do is it's close enough, it's similar enough. We could swap it out, and it wouldn't be a big deal. So that is kind of what we're looking at today, is replacing some of these houses with other ones that have kind of a similar look to them to kind of keep this one simple here. So this one here is a double wall long, single doorway, basic bitch kind of system here. So we'll build that house variant. This looks like it's the same house variant as this one here and this one here. These three are all the same style of house, but with different clutter on them. So what we're going to do there is we're going to build the one house, and then we're going to instance it 3 times to fill out this area. And I think it's going to result in an improved performance, because I think merging everything and then having all this clutter here is a bit of a mistake. I think the clutter should be separate, perhaps instanced. And then we can move from there. So that's going to be the new approach to optimizing this level. And we're just going to go through finding a couple buildings and rebuilding them in the temp file, and then bringing them back into level 1 and kind of replacing it. So this guy here we've proven out and make sure it worked okay. We're not too concerned about that one. And we're just going to go through the different levels here. So this one we need to leave alone, and then this one we don't need. We're just going to build meshes. So we're just going to go into our static building wood section here. And yeah, things are going to be okay. So we want the big doorway. And we're just going to start by putting this at 0, 0, 0. It doesn't need to be, but I kind of like it that way. And we're going to make sure there's no rotation data over here. The reason for that is when we build this thing and merge it, we want the rotation to be aligned with what this is. So that when it comes to scaling, rotating a bunch of stuff, you don't have a weird pivot. Like if I were to turn this like 20 degrees this way, and then we built the whole building off of this, it's still going to be stuck to the world. So when I merge the whole thing together, its object pivot orientation, it's going to look something like this. And that's not acceptable. So we're going to make sure that that stays there. And stays nice and straight and clean. All the other stuff in the world, I have a couple buildings that were merged together. And you can see, you'll be able to see the pivots and the orientation of the widgets. And they're kind of wonky. So I would much rather have it like this and keep it clean. Alright, so we got this one here. We need a couple corner pillars to sort of establish which way is it? I think it's like this. Let's turn on snap mode. No. I think that's the best version of it. We're just gonna snap that in like that. And just make sure that we clip nice and cleanly over there. That looks pretty clean. There's a little bit of clipping you can see, but for the most part it reads pretty well. Bring this guy over here. I like that rotation. And then just tuck this in a little bit so it clips. That looks fine. All right. We've got a little bit of a mismatch here. You don't want to be able to see underneath the logs like that. So we're just gonna pull you up a little bit. That clips nicely. That looks okay there. That looks like that all just kind of belongs together. All right. That looks good there. Now we need a wall segment. So we'll start on this side. I think that looks okay. I think we need to bump this over a little bit. That looks okay. And that is our wall segment. Now we got to do 2 walls, so we're just going to copy and paste. Or duplicate and drag, I should say. And we just want to bring this in so that it's kind of touching, but not really touching tips here. So we're just going to go... just kind of eyeball it around there. We're going to hit Control W. Going to bring this over this way. Then we just need to rotate this 90 degrees. 180 degrees, sorry. Pull this in here. That sits nicely in the middle of the log there, so you don't see that popping through. And that looks really good. You can take these two now. Copy. Drag them over. Plop those in. And that looks really good there. So there is our walls, and then we just need a back wall here. We'll just drag this in. I think it was a window. So we'll just drag a window in here. Push this aside there. Make sure everything kind of fits. We're going to shrink this in until that's sitting nicely inside the log there. It's a little stretched out, but it's not that noticeable. Okay, so we want a little bit of variation here. There's our variation. And I want a window on this one, so we're going to just take this and hit replace. So now we got a nice window, doorway, another window at the back. That looks really, really good. And now we can get started on the roofing. Lift this up a touch more. Drag this out. And we want these kind of pillars to hit the corners there, which that looks really good. That all looks like it fits. That looks really good. Okay. Then we want our end piece. We're gonna hit... Oh, don't do that. I screwed up. Forced delete. That's gonna take a second. But we're just gonna add the end piece of the roof there. Oh, did my... Hold on, let me test something. Let's go on Rumble here. Yeah, I'm not hearing the voice thing. I was playing Tainted Grail recently, and damn, these indie devs cooked. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, RPGs are I'm kind of skeptical of, but like Kingdom Come did an excellent job. But it feels like something that you need a lot of time and resources to build. So when it comes to indie devs, I'm a little uncertain, I guess is the best way to describe it. So we're going to have these kind of line up. There's Zed fighting here. We're going to fix that because we want to go to our end piece here and just hit replace. Now the Zed fighting is pretty much gone. That looks good there. You gotta bring this in just a smidge more. That looks good there. All right. Everything here looks really good. And that is going to be like our little small log house asset. We're going to take everything. We need to add flooring. So we're just going to take everything here, raise it a little bit above the ground, just so that we're not clipping through the floor. And then we can just do our door board here, which we can scale. And because everything is working in clean angles, it's quite easy to pull off and keep everything lined up nice and easy, because houses are typically built in 90 degree, 45 degree angles. You don't really get a whole lot of super ridiculously complicated stuff. I mean, you can theoretically, but it's not common. Let me see if I can get my Rumblebot working. You can see a little bit behind the scenes here. There it is. What the? Hold on a second, guys. I'm gonna close that window down. I accidentally closed something. Hold on a second. Hopefully Rumble Studio doesn't break. Oh, I can just click on this. Hopefully nothing breaks here. Why did that close? I must have accidentally closed it. Okay, that seems to work. Sorry, guys. So yeah, now we have the door board. We need the floor tile, which is somewhere in here. Floor tile. As you can see, it's not all that exciting. It's a pretty basic floor. There's a little bit of 3D to it. Not a lot, but a little bit. Just to give it a little bit more of an oomph. We want it to just ever so slightly clip the wall there. Now we want to go a little bit lower, a little bit closer to the edge there, just to get the maximum out of the height of the wall. And then we want to actually stretch this out a little bit. So we're gonna come in here. We're gonna have that clip nicely, and then we're gonna go, that needs to be a little bit longer, just so that we can fit two assets in here. Then we can pull this out. Just have them barely touch. There's a little Z fighting. Then we can just take our location here. Now there's none. And I just moved it like a fraction of a fraction of a fraction of an inch. Excuse me. Rumblebot, no, I forgot to turn it on. As I mentioned, I was a little late this morning, so... There's our house asset. I think that's everything we need. We don't want a door in here, because a door will be a blueprint actor, so it will be its own separate thing. We have clipping here. That looks like that's part of the original mesh, though. I don't think that's associated with this. Oh, it is. It's clipping on both sides a little bit. Okay, let's bring this in a little bit then. Yeah, that looks better anyway. Now you got clean boards. The inside looks pretty damn good. There's a little bit of stuff here, but you're not really going to get up there, so you're not going to see that. How does this look? This still looks good over here. It still looks good over here, so I think that works. Okay, so let's take this thing and let's make a new house with this. Then we can merge this. Meshes, static, building, wood, merged, and we got new buildings here. So we're going to call this one a log house. We're going to call this a tile roof because it is a tile roof. O1, save that. Fantastic. That all looks really good. You can open this up and you can see now we're in, I can change this to object mode and look at the rotations. It's so very clean and easy to follow. It worked out beautifully. All right. Now we got to get in here and play with the guts a little bit. Yeesh. A little bit of jank. Let's see how it bakes. So, this resolution, 256 is probably fine. We might be able to go a little bit lower, but we'll just save it at 256 for now. It's a smaller house. Maybe we can get away with 128. Right here, 128. Number of LODs, that's fine. And yeah, I'm not a good sign at the start. We may have to rework the roofs here a little bit. So this here, we want our screen size for our first LOD to be right around here. I think 0.57. And yeah, we want this to be about 45%, and we'll hit apply. Okay, the next thing we want to do here is go into our next layer of detail. So this is LOD2, which is quite low poly. This is 2K. Bring it out to about here. Yeah, 35 is fine. And we want percentage of triangles to be about 20% triangles. Oopsie. 20%. Hit apply. Let's see where that number moves to. It's about the same as it was. Finally, LOD3. Uh-oh. Oh, it didn't take. There we go. Gonna back this out a little bit more. About 0.25 is good. So if you look at the current screen size, that's what it's saying right there, 0.25. Up in the corner there. Oh, it's hidden under my overlay. Hold on. Let me go to recording mode. You can see current screen size, 0.25 right there. So that's what we want. That's what we're aiming for. About this distance here, and we're just going to plug in the current screen size. It doesn't have to be perfectly accurate, and then we want this to be about 10%. Yeah, it barely moved. All right, so that's good there. That's all settled there. Collision should be fine. The only question mark is if the light map is screwed up. Let's find out, shall we? We're going to go build, lighting only. And this is going to take a couple seconds, but because it's an empty scene and there's nothing in here, it doesn't take that long to build. It takes about an hour, maybe 35, 40 minutes to bake the lighting in level 1. In a blank scene, I can bake the lighting here, make sure there's no errors, make sure there's no bugs, and then I can go in and test it right away. And then when I bake level 1, I know it's going to take a long time, but I know everything's going to work. It's taking a second to kick in. There it is. So if we go into build, map check, no lighting errors. So even though there's a little bit of weird jank in that UV map, didn't really seem to affect the lighting quality. This all looks good in here. You get a little bit of artifacting the farther we move away. So I do think we need to bump it up a hair. So maybe we set our resolution to 256. Let's try building it again. It only took a few seconds. But this is what we're pretty much doing today, is just getting these houses set. And then we're going to import them into an instancing actor that we can then instance and populate throughout the level at a much reduced cost of what we currently have. Our merge optimization method, while it does a similar goal of reducing draw calls, I feel like this is the best way to approach it, because we can have instancing, which reduces the draw call, and we can also have object culling, because when we put an object into the building and we're outside of the building, it's not going to render. If you merge it all into one asset, I feel like it renders the entire asset. So we lose object culling with the method of optimization we did before, and I think it would be better if we fix that. So it's just loading. There it is. Move back away. That's better. It's not perfect, but it's better. Now we can also generate proxies, which could help with that. I think we may want to, actually. Let's try generating a proxy mesh. Merge actor. We're going to create a proxy. Screen size. What does our screen size want to be? 200? So 300 is, I think, 0.3. So yeah, we'll do 300. Material settings here. Texture size, we want 2048. 2048. We want a normal map and a roughness map. That's it. Light map resolution 128. Create collision. Yes. Okay. Generate light map UVs. Why not? Right there. Let's see what we created here. Now this is going to take a little bit longer. So we're going to take this. We're going to open this up. We're just going to go underscore proxy. What a proxy mesh does is it creates extra draw calls, but what it does is it takes your mesh that's made up of different pieces and kind of blends it into one goopy mesh and a super low res texture that just blends all the materials into one texture. Why do we want to do this? Well, it's super low detail, it's super compact, and we can swap it in for an LOD so that we can make a really, really clean LOD mesh while also having all the super nice detail as we get close, and then it comes away as a proxy mesh that just kind of looks fine from a distance. And I think that's going to save us a lot of resource and a lot of time. We did it on the old style buildings, and I want to re-implement it on these ones. Because when you get to the decimation and you have so many like logs, eventually the decimation starts to destroy that geometry, where the proxy mesh can just kind of make it into a flat wall with a texture and keep it nice and clean. So it's like a baked texture, which in turn means it takes a long time to generate them. So you're going to get a little bit of load time. But we're just going to have to bear with me. Yeah, great news on KCD. Denuvo is out. So that's great because Denuvo is terrible. It is an anti-piracy software that just destroys performance on games. It's extremely buggy. It's extremely unpopular. And the fact that they are not using it is a huge plus. Honestly, KCD, the devs are really down to earth. They love video games. That is at their core. They're a lot less resentful than other developers. So I support them tremendously. So this is our new model. And as you can see, it's the same model, but it is all baked into one mesh. One piece of goop. And we can take this goop and save it. I think we already have a collision. Doesn't have a collision. It doesn't really need one though, because this is the LOD. So we're just gonna back out. And what we're gonna do here is we're gonna open this guy up. And I'm just gonna take this here quick and create a new folder. Materials, textures. Just kind of move all of this over here. Oh, I grabbed all of it. Whoopsie. And then just kind of save everything quick. Then if we open this up, this is our high poly. Then an LOD here. We have an LOD import. We have to make it an FBX file. So then we're going to come out here. Gonna do here, go into new folder, type in new underscore proxy. Like that, hit save, export. Then I should be able to open this up. We're going to import level 3. Wood asset, building, merged, proxy. proxy. We should be able to just open this up. A little bit of warnings about smoothing groups and stuff like that, but it's not that big of a deal. So, see how little difference there is? Kind of gets a little bit smoother. One, two, three. Did that work? It says it merged it in. I don't see the proxy material in here. Yeah, it didn't import. This is not the proxy. So that didn't work. It's not working. Okay, so we're going to go into Maya here. Let's create a new scene. Let's import that proxy mesh and let's see what happened here. So we're going to go in here. We're going to export this. Tick this on. Put that in there and hit export. We're going to overwrite it. Let's try this again. We're going to go to LOD2, which looks pretty high poly. Import LOD level 2. Hit OK. Got a couple warnings here. That's okay. So we got a little bit of a mismatch here. So let's fix that mismatch. How did that happen? Let's export this. Just call it reference. Export. Then we'll import it in here. it's standing right there. We're going to take this, put it there. Doesn't have to be dead even, but it should be pretty close. Okay, we got to go back a little bit more. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect, because we're only going to see this thing from like super far away, but you do want to be pretty accurate with it. Then we can re-export this like that. And then we should be able to load this in. There we go. See that? Now no size snapping, so that's good there. And then we want to go into auto here, go into sections, and we just want to change our grid material. Oh, material slots right here. Sorry. Right here. Okay. We want to change this to our proxy. Right here. This one is the latest one, I think. There it is. So now that looks like that. It looks fantastic. We want to do a little bit of decimation. So we're going to come in here. Our screen size for LOD2 should be about 0.37. We'll go 0.375. Nice clean 3/16. And then, yeah, we want this to be maybe about 50% triangles. Maybe not. Maybe 40%. Sorry, wrong direction. 70%. There we go. That looks okay. And then we back off a little bit more. About 2.5 there. Go to 0.25, 2.3. We're going to add another thing here. And then when we go to LOD3 here, 0.23, we're going to make this 35%. It's a little too much. That looks even worse somehow. Something like that. 2,000 triangles is pretty low. Now we go to LOD Auto. 3, 2, 1, 0. So now we have all these nice individual pieces. We back out, and then it kind of merges. But it holds and it looks pretty nice. Then we can save that guy here, and we'll just build the lighting again. And we'll test it out. Make sure everything works cleanly, make sure everything works like it's supposed to. And then we can move on to the next building type. We're gonna make like maybe 8 or 9 different variants of buildings, and then we'll just, if they're close enough, if there's some duplicates, there's some duplicates. Screw it. So now we have a tiny bit of error. What is going on with our light maps? Our light map resolution is ridiculously low. Okay. 256. Save it. Let's try this again. So somewhere where I imported that LOD, it fucked with my light map resolution. Let's see if we get an improvement, chat. Because I don't like the dark spots. So, this is almost done. Then we'll get to, yeah, it's at about 99%. There we go. And we had 0 light warnings there. There's our lighting here when we get close. We back off. First LOD, it looks good there. Got a little bit of artifacting on that one. This looks debatably worse. You know what, chat? I think we're going to drop the proxy meshes. That looks really gross. I'd have to manually edit them. Make that all frickin' work. I think we're dropping the proxies. They're not... They are not doing what I was hoping they would do. So let's go fix our proxy meshes. 5, 7. Let's make it an even 0.5. LOD2. Gonna make that 0.3. Yeah, we can make that 20%. Yeah, we're at 2600 already. So I think we're lower poly now. Let's see if we can get this to 10. Yeah, that didn't break too much. Yeah, we'll leave it like this. This is just gonna work better. Maybe we make this 300. Just a little bit bigger of a resolution. Just to make up from the artifacting that's gonna pop up. Build lighting. Let's see what we get. Unfortunately, there's always a little bit of back and forth with this kind of stuff, but I'm hoping if we can get it down to a science here, we can get it finished a little bit faster than our typical rate, and we can get something that we can then start spawning into the level with a little bit more consistency. There we go. So as we back away, got a little bit of dark. Like, that's an unacceptable amount of darkness. How do we correct this? Do we just remove the light maps? That would be nice. If I could just remove the light map. Remove light map for LOD. Let's type in Unreal. Or okay. Let's look at this here quick. Open this up. Let's go to LOD2. So LOD2. I don't see anything about light map settings. Huh. Let me see. I just want to turn off the light map. It doesn't seem to want to. Which is kind of crazy. LOD2, we don't need the sections, we got the screen size, we got the reduction settings. Yeah, I don't see anything here. I just want to figure this out because I don't want to do the proxy mesh anymore. Yeah, I'm having trouble figuring this out, chat. This guy we've already looked at. I just want to turn it off. I don't want a light map. I just want to turn off the light maps. Let me look up let me try Google. Open this up. Unreal 4 turn. Let's see if any of these have any fruit. Should be able to change your mesh mobility to movable. Let's try this. Let's change our minimum resolution to 64. Hit apply. Keeps everything nice and small here. We hit save. Close that down, and then we hit build lighting open. That might reduce the shadows, but I was just hoping that I could just turn it off, because I don't need super detailed baked lighting. But maybe I can like put a script in there. Okay, so now the thing's done. No warnings or errors. Yeah, it still looks awful. Okay, let's take a break here. Let's try something else. Just save all here quick. Then we can delete that. I think there is an issue with my roofs here. I think they're bugged. So if I open this up, I go to my light map, we got these weird sticky pieces. So I'm going to go ahead and fix that. So we're going to go into a new scene. We're not going to save this, because I think we broke something, unfortunately. And I think one of the reasons we're having these bake issues is those strings that are tagging along are causing bleeding. So we're just gonna come into here. We're gonna group this together. This is the mid piece. We're gonna take this, we're gonna copy it, and we're just gonna rename this light map. And we're gonna generate our own light maps here. So we can grab our light map like that. We're gonna go UV shell here. We're gonna hit Control U and Control L. That's gonna force everything to lay out like it's supposed to. Nice and flat. And we shouldn't have any issues. We're then gonna go in here and we need to get our collision active. So we're gonna drag all our collision out, put it out here. Those boxes match pretty good. I think we're good on that front. We're gonna take this name because we need to have the names match. So we're gonna get Loghouse Roof Mid 01 as the name of this, and then it matches the UCX, which gives us our collision. Delete the history, export this out, and we're just gonna go back a file or two and look for the Loghouse Roof Mid 01 right there. Export the selection. Excellent. We're gonna just delete the history on this. Slap that there. Then put this all back under collision. Oh. Fuck. Like that. We don't need these groups anymore. Quick save. Hide this. Then we got this piece here. And we're just going to do that to all of these pieces. Yeah, we're going to do that to all these pieces as well. And we're just going to generate our own light maps in hopes that that fixes problems we have here. All right, so that's fixed. We can click on this. We need to copy our thing here and call this light map. Doesn't necessarily need to be called light map, but it just helps communication. Boot this guy up. And again, we need to unwrap it, lay it all out. And what that does is it just kind of forces everything to be facing the same direction. We got no faces that are flipped. If your faces are flipped, I can just flip them here. They got red. We want blue. Because it's just, it means the normals are facing the correct way. So that's good there. We can just delete the history, freeze the transforms. We got some backward stuff with the collision, but we're not using the collision for UVs. We're using it just as vertex data. So this one here, what is this asset anyway? This is the roof end asset. So we want log house, roof, end. A 1? I fucked up. That should be a 1, not a 4. What? Underscore GRP. That's what's going on. There it is. We got to re-export that. That's going to have a confliction with the names. Right there. Here we go. All right. We don't need these. I don't know where they come from, to be honest. I think it's a bug. Plop that in there. Put that under collision. Turn that off. Okay. This piece here, I don't know if this has any bugs in it, but we'll just force it to work. We might as well just revisit all of these, right? Get them all done. Let's see if we can finally kind of crack this code here. To make these buildings a little bit more believable, a little bit better, and a little bit more optimized. So we can get a little bit better performance on level 1. Alright, so we want to just select this light map here. Unfold and layout. There we go. It looks a little bit wonky, but it should work. Then obviously this needs collision. This one has a complicated collision. There's a lot going on here. There we go. Just delete the history. Make this as simple as Unreal for Unreal to understand. And yeah, we want exit, right? Then we can just go like that. And there we go. Okay, so now that's done there. We did the end piece, the mid piece, the exit piece. Just need that piece, and I think that's it. I think those are all the pieces. So once again, merge. New map. And then we're there. Delete history. And then this is the start. We should be able to just delete this. Save it. And let's see what we got in Unreal. We can delete this. We can just select all of these guys here. These are all the roof assets that we have. Yep, it's 4 and 4, and we're just going to hit re-import. Cancel then, fuck. Gotta do one at a time. Re-import. It doesn't know where this is. It's odd, but we'll find it. So, this is the roof end. So these... Looks like there was some file path issues, which I did a folder change half a year ago, maybe a bit over a year ago, so maybe it's a little bit messed up from that. Yeah, it doesn't know where these are. That's fine. I do. It's going to take a second to load on each one, but we are going pretty smoothly here. That one's in. This is the mid-exit. Excuse me, chat. I'm a bit of a cold, I guess. Today has been kind of a all over the place day today. Okay, so that one's done. Make sure you get the right one. You don't want to grab the O2. The O2 is the thatched roof, which we use for other things. There we go. I'm going to take all these, hit Control S to save them. All the data should be the same. It should have LODs. Should all work. So now that we have these new pieces in here, we're going to get rid of... You got all this weird broken shit, but this one isn't busted. So what we're going to do here is it's just taking faces that have like weird like binormal, weird, like, virtually no map data, and it's stretching them in really awkward positions. So we're just going to turn off Generate light map UVs. And now we only have the 2 channels, because it already knows what that's going to be. So then we just want to do that for all. Can I bulk edit this? I don't know if I can bulk edit that. Sorry. Asset, bulk edit via property matrix. Light map resolution. I don't see it in here. So we'll just do one at a time. Generate light map UV. Save. Apply change. Save. Tick you off. Apply the change. Save and close. Tick you off. Apply the change. Save. Close. All right, let's try building that house again. Slap you on here. Rotate you there. Put you about 6 points above the ground. Sure, why not? All right, let's try and build this super quick. So does that look good there? That looks pretty good. That clip's nice and clean. That looks good there. Close enough, chat. Let's see if we have gross baking issues on this guy now that we fix those roofs. Allegedly. Okay. Then we can do this. Control W. 90 degrees. Oopsie. Yeah, we just want to kind of kick that a little bit more forward. More out that way. I think that looks pretty nice. All right. We can take one of these guys here. Have it clip a little bit. Now forward a little bit. Scale out. Looks good. Okay. Now that we have that, we need a little bit of variety in here, right? So make this one a window. And this one a window. This one can be. There we go. Beautiful. Look at how clean that looks. Awesome. Let's try this roof one more time. way there and there. Get down just a smidge. Put that there, and we just want to make this end. Grab both of these and just kind of even them out a little bit. Maybe tuck them a bit. Just a smidge more this way. That looks fine. Okay. Let's get the floor in. Then we'll get the door board in. Yoink. Tiny crack there. We just gotta go a little bit over. That's pretty clean. Shrink it in a bit. Push it inside a bit. There we go. And then it is time for this. I like that a lot. But it doesn't mean anything because the other one looked good too. So we just got to make sure this bakes. Let's try baking this. Merge actors. Everything looks good here. Meshes, static, building, wood, building. Instead of a shack roof, this is a tile roof. That, save. Alright. So what does our UV look like? It's the same one. The same one, chat. So we're going to have the same problems because we're getting this stretching. So we didn't fix the bug. Okay. So, we got to go back to the drawing board here again. We're going to leave this as separate pieces so that we don't have to build this again. But we're going to have to go back to the drawing board with this because this is not right. So, we'll take a look at this again. Figure out why this isn't working. Okay, so if we select our light map here and we open this up, What if I went in here and grabbed our faces and we went into our select option, use constraints. No, we want to use cleanup. Mesh, cleanup. We want to select matching polygons. Edges with 0 length. Faces with 0 map area. So there's our culprits right there. Is that our culprits? What is going on here? So I can see both of these on our UV map. Where is this guy? He has no face. Can I select him? Let's just set the tolerance to straight 0 and hit apply. There it is. Okay. Then we can go into here and hit UV automatic. There they are. And honestly, if I grab them by the balls here, what happens if I sew them? Clean. Let's see if this works, chat. I think this is the problem. Which honestly, I think I need to fix here as well. I don't think this has any map area. It has 0 map area. Okay, so let's try and fix this. I think we got it. We got it figured out here. Mesh. Clean up. Apply. Oh. UV shell. Let's see. Let's see if this breaks. I think it will. God damn it. Let me look at this. Give me a second, chat. I don't know. We're gonna have to do some really careful work. Actually, let's do one at a time. This is gonna be pretty difficult. Okay, select everything here. This should be just sewn together. Like, why isn't this just sewn? Base. Fix that. Sew those together. Then we just take these pieces here. What the fuck's going on? Why is this? I'm sorry, guys. This is busted. I really did a number on this. I don't... Why is this... Why is that there? Like, it just doesn't make any sense. Okay, we're gonna go in here and go UV, mesh, clean up, apply, just select all of these, and then just hit UV auto. If I select this edge here, it's all busted. Okay, fuck it then. Fuck you then, eh? What we're gonna do here is we're just gonna hit Control L. Move it down. Just frickin' pack it into like a super frickin' tiny resolution. Just do this. What this is going to do should hopefully fix the problem we have. I don't care if the textures match perfectly because they're so freaking tiny. I just need this to not look disgusting. You can overlap, it doesn't really matter. I just don't want like deep dark shadows. Again, what happened there? Face. Select all the faces, hit apply. Okay. I don't know what's going on here. Something should be fixed, and it doesn't look like I fixed it. Why does that UV look like that? That UV looks good. Why is that one not being selected? Mesh. Clean up. There they are. We're going to go in here and we're going to hit UV. Automatic. Shrink these fuckers way the hell down. Not even more so. Pack them in there. What is this? It technically exists. Those are technically fine. Yeah, that's too big of a gap. That's still too big of a gap. I don't know, chat. What's going on here? Let's test this quick. Let's just test this, see what happens. I think I screwed it up, but let's just see what happens. This is the end piece. Right here, export. Come back into here. Re-import. It's going to take a second to kick in. There it is. This is technically the start. Wrong building. It's fine for now. We'll leave it for now. Import. Give it a few seconds. Hey, First Amendment, welcome in. When did you start in here? 15 minutes ago. I missed you. Why in the hell is there no sound? I heard that one. I don't know why I didn't hear you. My bad, dude. We're trying to fix this bug I have here. Right, so we do have light maps generated. There we go. Look at that. Yeah, we don't need it. If it can generate this light map without breaking and having any weird stretchy shit, we're in the clear. Alright? So this one passed. It was a little bit sloppy, but we will be able to do it properly next time. Close that one off. Let's go into here. Isolate. Why? Do we have anything not selected? Actually, the better way to do it is just to grab the face and just do this, because this pulls all the faces regardless of UV. That should be good there. I think this one went pretty smooth, actually. I don't know if this has any UV issues. Yeah, there's no map area whatsoever on those. So we're going to fix that real quick. We're going to select all these faces, go into mesh, clean up. We just want to select all of them with no map area, which is all of these little buggers. UV, automatic. Control L, cancel. We're going to hit Control U, L. Have them all packed nice and neatly. Why that packed so fucking? Yeah, I don't know why that packed so awkwardly. But yeah, we're just gonna move some stuff around here. That might just be a lost cause. That alone, sir. There doesn't need to be a lot of detail on them, but there needs to be some. I think the problem was technically you should be able to get away with it. I wish the frickin' pivot just snapped right away. Technically, you should be able to get away with it, but sometimes you can't. and you have to make sure everything has a clean UV. Even if it doesn't look bad here, it's going to look bad when we set it up. Kind of get it. The light maps just break, unfortunately. And I think that's what's causing the light maps to break, is just the lack. Because this just forces... it forces it to kind of create it on its own, and Unreal just doesn't like it. So even if there's really stretched and gross looking UVs, Unreal just doesn't like it. Okay, so that guy is done. That close. We're gonna remove this. We don't need this anymore. Because when we merge it, it doesn't matter what we made, because it's just gonna generate it anyway. So now we have that. We want this as well. Delete the history, export it out. Go. So yeah, that's what we're kind of working with here. Let's see if we can get this down faster. Select all these, clean up, and go. That's retarded. That's just fundamentally not true. You cannot convince me that that passes your threshold test. I'm sorry, but no, that is not true. There we go. Yeah, I was gonna say, that can't be true. That's fundamentally not true. A whole frickin' slab like this does not have 0 map area. Get the fuck out of here. Okay. UV, automatic. You know what? Fuck. It's so minuscule. You even notice? Not really. So you can have these overlap, because this is fine. Stick them like that. Fuck it. That looks fine. I'm gonna pass that. Drag it out here. Export this out. This is the actual roof end. So we'll replace that. We did not do the mid, I don't think. Yeah, the mid's over here. Let's try this one more time. Delete the light map, because it doesn't matter if it merges anyway. Kind of sucks that that's how it works, but grab all these faces, fly. Again, it's pulling up wood for some reason. Where the hell are the wood boards coming from? Force that to unpack. Just take these. This is just like super low resolution stuff. All right. Say that's good enough. Delete the history. Export. Right there. All right, chat, let's see how this works. I think this is going to work this time. Hey, I heard that chat. Thank you, Mr. Amendment. We're going to re-import all of these. It's going to take a little bit. It's a little slow on the importing. It is what it is. But we'll get through. We're survivors. I think we got one more loading screen to pop up and then we're there. There it is. Okay. Gonna edit them. That looks good to me. Looks good to me. See how there's nothing stretching over each other? There's no big long piece that stretches the whole map. It's all nice and separated as God intended. That's what we want. Now we can merge these pieces as God intended. Like that. Meshes, static, building, wood. And I think we fixed the bug. We're going to replace this. Then we're going to open this up. Look at that. And no weird crossing. So hopefully that stops the bleeding. We're going to make this a 128. We're gonna make this 300. Come out here. What did we say? 0.5 is about right. Make this 45%. Apply. We're at 6K right there. Back it out a little bit more. 0.3. Make this 20% and hit apply. About 2.6K. Back this out to about 0.2. This can be 10%. Okay, that's settled. That should be settled. That looks interesting there. That's LOD2. LOD0. LOD1. LOD2. 3. So hopefully that works. And that translates to less bleeding because we don't have any weird faces stretching across the atmosphere. Do a quick save here, and then we will do our bake test. Build lighting only. It only take a couple, it should only take like a minute to get done. We'll see where we're at. There we go. No light map issues. No warnings. So we're still getting a little bit of the darkness. I wish I could just, like, why does it have to go black? Like, you got barely any shadow. And then it just frickin' bleeds really badly. But we did at least fix an issue. But yeah, I don't like the massive color change. And I don't know what the best answer is to fix that. Proxy mesh doesn't work excellent. What is the answer here? So what do we do here? What do we do? I want to fix this before we call it a stream. Unwheel for LOD light issues. Like, it's just so dark. Just trying to figure out what the hell's going on. I have no errors. I don't want to have... Let's try a couple of these and let's see if we can figure it out. I'm having an issue with my light maps on LEDs. They became orange, yellow. That's not my issue. Yeah, so he's been having a bitch of a time for a while. This one I've already looked at. This guy didn't do anything. I just want to turn it off at this point. Let's try this. Let's just go crazy. We're going to go into here. This got reset. This is not what it was supposed to be. Okay, whatever then. We're going to go in here and we're going to change this to 64. Hit apply. Okay. It's 56. We can leave that at 256. It's going to go to 256, 128, 64, 32. Then when we build, let's see if this fixes the bug. Okay, no issues. No light map errors or warnings. There's our first one. Yeah, it looks the same, like it just gets so damn dark. What is the correct answer? Like, we could theoretically just pump it out. We could pump the resolutions up. I don't think we should need to. Let's go into visualization mode here. So blue's pretty dark. So maybe we need to bump it up. Blue means low density. Maybe we gotta bump it up a bit. Maybe we gotta go up. Now we're at light blue. That's gonna be expensive. But it is what it is. We gotta make sure it works. It's gotta look good, chat. Let's see what we got with this. So this is going to take significantly longer to bake because the resolution is very high. But we're hoping that it'll work itself out. Fingers crossed. We're already at 40%. Alright, there's our light map. It's better. It's better. It's not ideal, but it's better. So this is where the light hits it directly. Let's see what this looks like. Fucking ridiculous. Look at how dark that is. Like, yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna have to look something up here. I don't know why this is being so ugly. And the proxy mesh thing wasn't working out either. So, yeah. I'm trying to find a good way to LOD this stuff because I don't remember most video games. I don't see this serious of a pop-in. And maybe they just crank it. Hold on, let's do this. Change our lighting quality to production. Let's see if it bakes better. Because that might be the issue. It might just be because we're in preview mode that it's rendering super cheap. Yeah, we're stuck at 0% still. This is a much higher quality, so this is going to be a few minutes, chat. Bear with me. See how much that needle moves in a minute. So we're at 4% right now. This is going to be a few minutes, chat. Hopefully it works out. If this works, then it's just a matter of cranking our light quality settings up a little bit higher before we build our lighting. If that's fine, then we are going to be fine because we're going to do this anyway when we are building our maps. I wish I could push this thing out a little bit so you could see what the percentage is, but I guess it's not that big of a deal. But I do need to kill some time here, so what do we talk about? Oh, it's moving now. 20%, 30%, 40%, 50%. Here we go. Now it's going. Alright, that wasn't too bad. That was like 5 minutes. Problem is, I don't know if this is going to fix anything. Alright, we back out. It looks exactly the same as before. So, how do we fix this? Realistically, how do we fix this? Because this is like, if you saw this, you would be... It's unacceptable. How terrible this looks. Like, it's genuinely unacceptable. I don't know what the right answer is here. Like, why is this so bad? What's the right answer here? Do we just get rid of LOD3? We can do that. We can do that as well. Then we'll just make 2 a little bit farther away. Maybe it's too much decimation. Maybe that's the thing. So we want to make this a little bit farther away, so maybe we make this 0.2. Yeah, we make this 10%. There's nothing stopping me from making this 10%. Okay, make sure our lighting's back in testing mode or preview mode, and then we will bake this one more time. This will bake a lot faster. This will bake in a couple of minutes. They're at 0%. But yeah, I think this is what we'll have to do, is we'll just have less LODs in there. And then that's like, it'll be dark, but it won't be like hideously dark, I'm guessing. So we're just gonna have to, instead of using the 4 LOD system, we'll just have to use a 3 LOD system. And hope that that's good enough. Because I think we're just mip-mapping the LOD, we're mip-mapping the light map too much, and it's causing it to just break. So if we minimize our number of LODs, we minimize our mip-mapping, we won't have the same issue. I am still live. We are working on merging these houses and trying to get the light maps a little bit better. And we're gonna instance them into level 1. So it gets a little bit dodgy, but not terrible. What does this side look like? That's acceptable. So I think that's the issue. Is the mip mapping on the light map is a pain in the ass. So if we reduce the mip mapping, we win. LOD2. And we want this. Leave out 0.2. 10%. Still haven't touched them. Well, Unreal kind of makes you use them whether you want to or not, unless you want all dynamic shadows, which you can do, but that's very, very expensive. So we got these two guys right here. Like that. Let's test them out now. Oh, let's actually reduce, because the resolution maxing wasn't the problem here, let's reduce this back to 256. Doesn't need to be super high resolution. Let's try this one more time. And it should be good. Light mapping is kind of ambient occlusion. But if you... it's super low resolution because it takes so long to bake. It can be a huge pain in the ass. But I think I was so committed to having 3 LODs. So having your LOD 0 being your regular mesh, and then LOD 1, 2, and 3. I was so committed to that. And I think the answer is just to have one less LOD so your light map doesn't map as hard. And then you're going to get less lighting artifacts. Yeah, I would like, and I think it would be actually really awesome, but it doesn't seem to be a setting in this. Like, if I'm far away from the building, why do I give a shit what the shadows look like? Why don't we just disable the light map? And have it look kind of flat, whatever. Because like the default without the map, without the map is perfectly fine. Because there's already going to be its own kind of shadow system half baked in. You don't need to have these frickin' like, I don't need the detailed shadow. Just turn off the light map. I would be fine with that. So here we go. That looks pretty good. Did this just break? Like, what's going on here? Why is it way different than it was a minute ago? Fuck's sakes. Maybe it's a geometry thing. Wild. Alright, I'm gonna put a pin on this. I don't know what the hell's going on. I've been having, like, I've been having so much trouble trying to figure this out. I've been working on Unreal Engine for like 2 years, and I still am having a bitch of a time consistently finding a way to make a merged building work. Maybe we say fuck it and we just build the damn buildings like I was saying before. Because this is just so annoying. And working around it. Fuck off. Let's try this. Building. Content, blueprints. Instances. Parents. test. Open this up. Zero this out. I can grab this point here. This is an instance. This is what we were building before, if you guys remember. Okay, we gotta move this out. Yeah, I don't really care. I'm just gonna move this forward a bit, just so that it doesn't always spawn in the same area. Let's see if this bakes nicely or not. Let's see. We want our X's to match. So we're just gonna copy this. Okay, so this is just working backwards. Ah, fuck me. There it is. Fuck. Hell, that was a pain in the ass. Okay, why can't I select multiple points? I can't. It's a little bit annoying. So this thing is less intuitive of a builder. I'm gonna be honest with you. This is pretty shitty builder. But let's try and just knock this in really quick. And let's try and bake the lighting. Make sure the lighting doesn't get all fucking weird. Because while this technically doesn't work, there we go. I can tweak the scale on this. Just kind of force that in. And we can look at getting And these walls are technically randomized. So it runs an algorithm, so it's not pure random, but it does not spawn the same one every time. It follows a specific order. Okay, let's add a pillar here. Maybe this is the answer simply because it's going to... We're going to build all of our... We would have to build all of our houses in this system, which means it's going to take us a little bit of time per house, and it's not going to be as easy as just like plopping the houses in. But can set that maybe out there. I think grab this guy here. Grab this guy again. We're getting some weird shadows just from how the shadows are baked in on this thing. Not a huge deal. That's something to think about. Alright, let's get a couple more pillars in here. You need at least 4. That should be fine. That, it looks like there's a gap. Close that in a bit. Oh, please don't do that. That is kind of close enough. I think it's got to tuck in a bit more. That looks like it's holding. Something like that. Okay, add another wall. Oh yeah, we just want to tuck that in there. We can grab this wall here. Tuck that in there. Tuck that there. Okay, so that is an enclosed house. We need a floor. We need a floorboard, which we don't have yet, but... I don't know. Is this a superior method? Doesn't feel like it. Feels kind of clunky. But if I do a little bit of work now, but it feels better when it's done, you know, that's a decent trade. Fuck off. There we go. Oh boy. Scale that out. Put that in there. A little bit longer. There, no weird baking, no nothing. Okay. So that's perfectly instanced. Let's build it. Let's see what happens when we do this. Because I honestly think it's just because it's merging into one giant asset. It really doesn't like it. Problem I have with this is that there's a lot of pieces that need to be in it, which means it's going to be pretty high in the draw calls. But it could theoretically be less of a pain in the ass than what we were working with before. So, you know, it's a pick your poison kind of thing. There's a lot of components, synth. There's going to be like 20 total when it's done, because it's going to be a whole bunch of stuff here. But yeah, it's all of these components. And then I have them categorized in certain things. So I have a log wall transform, and it's going to randomly pick between 4 variants. So this is what it looks like baked. And we really don't have any issues here. So the lighting works way better under this system. But we're going to potentially have a couple more draw calls. Potentially. But this doesn't even cover every variant, so... And we fucked up the roof a bit there, but that's not a big deal. We can correct that later. So maybe this is the best way to do it, because merging just doesn't seem to want to work viably in terms of light maps, because it wants to merge everything in. Oh, when did you talk? My, Oh yeah, 14 minutes ago. Yeah. Yeah, the, I think this is our path forward. We got to expand on this tool. I think this was a bit of a dud today, which sucks. Um, but I think we got to get away from merging for certain things. Like I think I used it way too. When I was looking through the Unreal tutorials, I was told it was a pretty good optimization tool, and I think it is. But I think we overused it, and I think merging buildings is a bad idea because it fucks the light maps, and I can't get around it. I can't get around shitty light maps. Mm. Yeah, I think we got to get away from merged actors. I think that was a. It's not feasible. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe we don't touch anything. Maybe we just say fuck it. Here we go. Look at this. No one commented on it. Okay. Well, that's fucking useless. Hmm. What to do, what to do, what to do. Maybe the poly count's too low. I need to up the poly count. On the LOD setting, not on this. Maybe I'm just trying to reduce it too much. All right, that looks good there. I mean, I will take a higher poly count if it means busting away from this. LOD1 is at 45%. LOD2 should be at maybe 20%. Save. Maybe that's just the problem. We'll find out in a minute. See what's going on here. Maybe it is because this is made out of a bunch of separate pieces. But the proxy mesh just freaking breaks. I don't really want to deal with proxy mesh right now. There's got to be a better way. Give it a sec. No, it looks exactly the same. It's just a higher mesh. That could be my resolution. Could be my resolution's the problem. That's pretty dark blue. That's a light blue. It's still on the low end. It's still on the low end. I mean, it's going to take longer to bake, but maybe that's the answer. Let's try this real quickly. I think we're getting close. The bluer it is, like ideally green is the ideal size, is what they claim, is you want a green color on it. But when you're working with assets this big, like it just takes a long time to bake the lighting. So you like low resolutions because it means shorter time baking the lighting. Still at 0%. So you're seeing a significant increase in time. 23. So this thing doesn't scale properly. It just kind of moves in clumps, which is kind of how most things work, I guess. All right, it's going to take a second to kick in. There it is. Yeah, so the difference is the resolution. So yeah, we need to pump the resolution up. I think that's fine. It's going to suck for baking, but if it means better quality, you know, it's only going to bake once. You only need it to bake well once, and then we're good, right? You can set it to movable. Have it cast dynamic shadows. But it just doesn't capture the light in here. Like, it stays really bright inside. But yeah, maybe that's the secret, is we just gotta pump that optimization. Oh. Change this back to static. I like static lighting. Yeah, that's like a dark blue. 700. Save. That's a nice light blue color. So I think that's what we're going to aim for, is just light blue. Do something like that. And then we can do here... Let's go in here. We're going to duplicate this, and we're going to call this building instances. Level 01. Let's just get rid of all of these. I'm going to get into our construction script here. Delete that. That. All right, we're gonna rename this. Nope. And we're gonna change this to whatever the hell we want to call it. Merged. Let's do this. So we'll take this one. This was our first one. We're just gonna hit rename, copy. Rename this. There we go. And then take this. Paste that there. Then we can do the same thing here. Name it, Control C, What's up? Something like that. We can just do this as well. We can just get rid of this one. All those can go away. We need targets. That. All right. So now I can get rid of this. We can leave this on. I don't give a shit. We can go into our building instances, level 1. I want to add this guy. I can grab him, move him around. Doesn't really matter where. Then maybe I add one there. There, and then maybe another one here. There's our lovely instancing. Everything is nice and light blue. You can build the lighting just for a quick test. Then I gotta get moving. We're running. Today's been a shit show. Today's been a little bit of a shit show. There's a big Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 stream I wanted to catch this morning, so my whole morning routine got fucked. So now I gotta run to the grocery store. It's already dark outside because it's 5 o'clock. Gotta run to the grocery store, cook some supper, exercise, and then get ready for tonight's stuff. Busy, 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 busy. All because I fucked off in the morning. All right, did it finish? This looks fantastic. Alright, chat. So we learned a couple things. Less LODs. Did that bake? It's not very dark inside. Hold on. Let me try one more thing quick. Ah, technically it did. It broke that. Just very light inside, but I think that's just because the floor isn't showing. One more time. I think that worked though. So I think we're gonna save. We can successfully make enough variants and we get the resolution up a bit higher. I think we'll be safe. Which is good. I just wish the building was a little bit more consistent so that I could tell when this thing's going to be done. But it kind of goes to 0 and then it goes to 100 in like 2 minutes. Yeah. There we go. Much darker inside. And as we get away from it, nothing broke. Okay. So this is how we're going to do it, chat. This is how we're going to do it. The tool works. That's all that matters. Actually, let's undo that. So we can take a screenshot. The tool works. So now we just gotta build some more houses. I'm gonna do that off stream tomorrow morning. I'm gonna get up fucking... I'm probably gonna be up late tonight, so it's gonna suck. But fuck it, who cares? I'll drink an energy drink. And we'll grind through more of these. I think we're gonna work on the bear tomorrow on stream. But I think this is our answer for optimizing buildings. Make a few building types and then plop this actor into the level and just fucking instance them. That way we can have a bunch of different variants, a bunch of different types, and it should all just work. I think that is the better answer than what we were doing before. This is all instanced. And I don't see any real performance issues, although this is a very empty scene. If this was unoptimized, it would be pretty similar in terms of performance. But I think this is the best way to do this. So, that's going to be it for today, gentlemen. should make these guys hidden in game. Because I don't like if I play test this, does that? No, you don't see it in the game. Okay. I was gonna say, please don't have that in the game. It's still visible. That's funny. Oh, if I click off of it, it looks fine. Yeah, okay. Yeah, let's do that. There we go, chat. We somewhat figured it out. I spent way too much time on it, trying to figure out the bugs, but hey, we got something. Let's go raid somebody, because we're nice. We got a decent market today. Let's see here. Well, do Pep. Pudge has 800 people watching. He must got boosted. Brett Snom. I don't know what he's playing. Bannerlord's fun. Let's do Bannerlord. Let's raid Scavenger and have some fun in Bannerlord. I gotta get moving. Holy shit. I am so late on everything. Raid is confirmed. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. If you are new here and you liked what I did and struggled and cursed and all that shit, feel free to give me a follow. And we're going to go say hi to Scavenger. So go ahead and raid him. And we will see you all again tomorrow at 2. I probably won't be late. And we will do some bear AI stuff. And try and get the bear to follow a patrol and attack. See if we can fight him, if it has some cool animations, if we can figure all that stuff out. So, yeah, we'll see. Anyways, thanks for hanging out, and we will catch you all later. Peace.